Hi guys, this is Aftab. I'm a master student in the University of North Texas. Today we have a special guest, Sumanth, one of my students for master's program. He recently secured a full-time job in US after his master's. Let's dive in and ask some detailed questions regarding his journey. So hi Sumanth, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, Aftab. First of all, let me thank you for this thing. So, for whatever you are doing, I really appreciate that because no one puts that time and effort into this. So, first of all, let me congratulate you for you this.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah,
Firstly, I should also congratulate you for getting selected in a employee tax complaint.
yeah. Thank you, thank you.
Uh, Sumanta, just can you just briefly introduce about yourself, like your educational background?
Okay. Basically, I'm from Hyderabad. So, I have done my undergraduate in electronics and communication. I have least knowledge about coding and programming. I'm not at all that good with that thing. So after my undergraduation, I worked at TCS. So
Mhm.
it didn't go well because I just worked there for a few months. I didn't want to
Okay.
continue along. So I took my break, and also COVID happened. Later, I have to travel to States. So I have done my master's in information systems. So again, I landed up into coding. So fortunately, I got a job in in this situation. So
Okay.
that's the thing.
When did you start planning for job search? Is it during
Um,
masters or after completion of masters?
Let me be honest, I haven't planned anything. It just went on with the flow.
Hmm.
Because I haven't applied for any job particularly. So
Okay.
how this happened was during my master's itself, I have taken a course where one of the professors, uh, he he picked me up, so he gave
Okay.
me this opportunity. So I have to be thankful for him. His name is Roberto Cavazos from
Uh,
IDDS department.
mhm.
That's how it
Like
happened.
have you used any resources like website, books,
Yeah,
courses,
I
like
have to tell you. I have
which
to tell you
which
this.
which would be like most useful for you during this job hunt?
Yeah, this thing I have to definitely tell you because a lot of students I don't know like who might have ended up with a full-time opportunity or any internship opportunity. I don't know what they might suggest you, but the thing which I have to suggest you is that look at your surroundings. That's the only thing because uh, you don't know what are the opportunities you are having.
Mhm.
This thing why I'm telling in this stressful manner is that I have very minimal coding knowledge. So in my class, when I have opted that course, there are students who have vast knowledge in coding and the tools that they used in the past and everything. They have a very vast knowledge, but I'm having a very minimal knowledge. But the only thing which I have used was um taking the chance of the opportunity which I got and using it to the fullest. That class only deals with presentations, and I'm good with presentations, so that is my only biggest skill. I have used that skill with the fullest, and one fine day he called me into his cabin and he said, let's do a TA.
Okay.
So that's how it started. But while I have started with the TA, while I have started in interacting with him about the TA thing, I got to know like you have to have 3.5 GPA in order to
Mhm.
be a TA under some professor. But I was having only 2.7. So I said, I think I can't make it. So then he said, like, okay, that's not an issue. Let's start with an internship opportunity. So I was like, oh, that thing is really cool because it was back in December 2022 where the all those recession was happening. So
Mhm.
I spoke to my friends and they were like, you really got a very wonderful opportunity. Try to use that thing. Try to use that thing. They stressed me out. So I just went to him and I said, the university members are not granting me the permission because you are just having 2.7 GPA. Then he, on my behalf, spoke to that person, whoever the concerning department. Then I landed with this CPT opportunity in the first in the for the first place. Later, it got converted to full time. But my mind was always wondering like why me? Because there are many students who have even more better GPA than me and also a greater exposure to tools and everything. I just went to him and I asked the question directly, like, why me? Why did you choose me just for this particular role? Then he said, This is the only thing, because you ask questions like who doesn't ask to me in the master's course, because that professor was new to this university. Like he just came
Okay.
that year, it seems 2022. At that time only I have started
Mhm.
my masters. As I said, that class deals with presentations. I just asked questions. No matter whoever is giving the presentation, I used to throw the questions at them. So just by looking at that manner and the way I give presentations, he just picked me up. So that's
Okay.
what I am telling you. You don't know where are the opportunities you have. You just have to be ready for everything and you have to give your fullest, no matter what.
Okay.
So
My question is, as we are international students
yeah,
studying in US, what is the process of accepting the offer letter of the
okay.
company which we get selected for?
It completely
Like
depends
different
on.
colleges has the different process. So what in the process which
Okay.
happened in your college?
It completely depends on a particular individual. Let's say if you are applying, I have few of my friends who got different opportunities with a full time thing. So they give multiple interviews. Uh, they also wrote the multiple coding rounds and everything. So what happened was, what is the thing? What is the main thing is here is you just have to apply for a company. So if you get any response like a positive response from them, you just have to. Uh, I mean, like, are you asking like what is the process for each college or for the student?
Like the each college which you have studying in.
So, as you know, we will be having CPT and OPT.
Hmm.
So, if you are on CPT,
Okay.
and I mean, like, if you are on in your masters, currently doing your masters, that will become your CPT period.
Okay.
So you have to go to the concerned CPT department in your university and you have to tell them like I have landed with this opportunity. So they will be giving you a few documents. You have to mention everything and you have to transfer that to your employer. So that will be on a smooth side. So let's say if you are working for the same company after your masters, that will be converted into OPT. For that thing, you need to have some employee authorization card, which is called EAD card. You have to
Mhm.
apply for that thing prior 90 days prior to your graduation.
Okay.
I mean, the last date of your graduation. So then
Uh,
you'll be
which
allowed to
com
work.
which company did you end up joining, Sumanth? Like what role did you secure?
My company is Employee Stats. So
Hmm.
it's having its branches in Austin. But
Okay.
currently, I am working with San Antonio branch. So that is where
Okay.
I am. So I recently moved out to San Antonio.
Hmm.
For the 1 year, I was working from home. So now
Okay.
it's I have to go to the office.
Okay.
So my role is pretty much flexible. Like few times I work as a Python developer and few
Hmm.
times I work as a data analyst.
Okay.
So it's basically a startup company.
Okay.
So your role, I can't say this is my particular role because I work as shifts. Like for this particular time, I'll be a Python developer, and for other time I
Okay.
will be a data analyst.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
Can you just briefly explain the recruitment process which was done during your current role?
Okay, my recruiting process, as I have said, it was done by the professor itself. So
Hmm.
he was the key person. The way he picked me was because of presentations, because he
Okay.
used to give a single data set to every class, the whole class.
Okay.
So I used to present it in a very different way rather than others. So that is
Hmm.
where I stood out myself, as far
Okay.
as I think. So that's why he picked me up and he gave me this opportunity to do an internship with his company. He's also one of the member in that company. So
Okay.
he spoke to the directly main person of the company who is the main lead. So he
Hmm.
just spoke to him on the phone and we had a few email conversations. Later, the recruiting process was pretty much simple. I mean, like the way I got into the company was pretty much simple, but sustaining in the company was not that easy because just because of his recommendation, it went fine. But after going into that thing, I have to deal with it because as it is startup and you have a lot of data sets and a lot of work to do over there, so I have to impress the main lead who recruited me. So I worked for 1 year on that particular project. So It went really fine, and the staff was also very supportive to me, my teammates and everything. So after struggling for 1 year, it got converted into full time. So that's what
Your
happened.
your recruitment process is completely unique. I
Completely
have
different.
seen seniors
Yes.
getting applying for jobs, submitting
Yes.
resumes, going through interviews.
Exactly.
Uh, your way of getting full time is completely different.
Yes, yes. Because
So
my interview just lasted for 5 minutes, I guess. They
okay,
just asked me for what's my background and everything, and they told
okay,
us, you have been directly proposed by Mr. Roberto, so we need not
mhm,
think about to a greater extent. This is your work, and this is what you have to do. They just told me, they just briefed me what I have to do. So it started with 10 hours actually. For a week,
okay.
I used to work for only 10 hours. Later, it just eventually increased like 20 hours, 25 hours, 40 hours. So that's when I got to know like I'm performing well. So
Did they ask any technical questions in interview, like coding
mm,
questions or anything?
nothing of that.
Nothing.
I'm like I can't believe that thing because I don't know. There are few of my friends who went through a lot. Like their interview lasted for 30 minutes and 45 minutes or something. Uh, but mine, it was just 5 minutes. But as I'm telling, the interview process was very smooth. But after that, it wasn't that smooth. Like the work thing. So
Like, what was your networking strategy? Like, you went through professor route, right? So instead of
uh,
going and applying each and every company, what was
yeah,
your
yeah.
networking strategy?
While I landed into the States, I was having only one thing in my mind, like will I end up with a job? That's the only question which I had in my mind. And always my answer used to be, I have to. No matter what happens, no matter what the recession comes, at the end, I need to get a job or something. So while I was going through everything, I had few issues like with one of my subjects. I got an F in my semester, like it's the same semester when I got this internship opportunity. Like my life went through a balance. So I always attended job fairs and also but I never met any professor, like
Okay.
particularly I never met any professor. I used to
Okay.
attend
What
job fairs.
was those job fairs were useful for you?
Yeah, because that's
Like,
when I
do
got
you
to know.
recommend master students, current master
Definitely,
students, to join those
definitely.
job fairs?
Yeah, definitely, because while I attended those job fairs, I got to know only one thing, like networking is everything. I mean, like you have to pitch yourself, or else like you have to get into the limelight, into the mind of the recruiters. That is the only thing. No matter, because there will be around 400 students who will be attending the job fair. In that
Mhm.
400 students, you'll be having only 30 to 40 seconds to show up yourself and to get hooked up. So that 30 to 40 seconds, how you utilize is everything. The only thing which I recommend to those students is that everyone will be carrying their resumes in their hands and going to the job fairs, and they'll be listening to whatever they say. But I would suggest never listen to what they say. I would suggest make them listen what you are. Like, do not take your resumes in. Apart from that, try to interact with them or try to get in touch with them through LinkedIn. So that is the only means, because if you have a LinkedIn account, if you don't have a LinkedIn account, please try to create one. And once you get the LinkedIn account, try to make connections. That is the only thing. So because these days no one are preferring any resumes. Like that's my what I feel. And until and unless they know you, they won't get into your resume. So first of all, you have to get into their mind. That's the only thing which I suggest.
Interesting, Sumanth.
Yeah.
So, what was the joining period? Like, did you join the company after your masters, or you were doing
Um,
internship during the summer holidays like that?
Yes, yes. I started my internship during my summer semester, like
Hmm.
2023 of March. So
Okay.
that's when I started it. Uh, as I said, in the middle of the semester, it can't be that easy. So I have to wait until May. So it
Mhm.
was on May 2023, I started my internship, and it
Okay.
went on for 9 months, I guess, like September. So
Hmm.
once I got
Great.
my EAD card, which is my OPT card,
Okay.
yeah. So
Was it
I,
like a paid internship or
yeah, it's a
like
paid internship. Yeah. For
uh,
our, yeah. It's per hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what will be the average salary that they offered you?
Yeah, so that salary is like it will goes from as I said, it's a startup, so you can't expect like 120 to
Yeah, yeah,
140.
definitely.
So the average,
Yes,
I would
yes.
say, it's pretty much decent, like 65 to 70. So that's
Great, great,
good.
great.
Yeah.
Uh, so you got the full time after your masters, or right after the internship?
Right after the internship, I was still an intern, like, but
Mhm.
this time it was not for 10 to 15 hours. It was like 40 hours.
Okay,
So once I got my EAD in September, I was still an intern who is working for 40 hours. So, which was back in February 2024, it got converted into full time. So they mailed me telling, we want to see a long time future with you. So I was like, yes, let's do it. Yeah.
and one more question, Samantha. Are there any common mistakes that we should avoid during our application process, during our job hunt after masters? Like all the students who are studying in US, who
Yeah.
are aiming to secure a job after their masters.
Yeah. I have to tell you this because while I have ended with this job opportunity, while I was sharing this news with my friends who are all over in the US. So I have pretty much friends. So while I was telling them, they were like, please send your resume, please send your resume. We'll just use it. So I would suggest you not to do that thing because your resume is what you are. That's what I feel. If I see the same career objective in, let's say, in 20 students, if I am a recruiter, I feel nothing new. Like I feel it's just nothing. I have to feel someone is unique from that. So my suggestion would be, first of all, focus on your resume. Try to build your resume. Like everyone will be having skills. I don't comment on that because while you are in the States, everyone will be, we are here to develop our skills, interpersonal skills or technical skills, whatever it might be. So that's up to you. So apart from that thing, try to prepare your resume in a way that it catches the recruiter's attention. So if I am in their place, I would see the career objective. So that is the only thing which I suggest. So never try to copy the resumes.
Okay.
Try to build your resume. That is the only mistake. If you correct that one mistake, I think you can see the difference. Yeah,
Okay, okay.
that's the only thing.
One more thing, Samantha, we students start job hunt right after our masters. But what are the other metrics which we should follow during our master's period to get
Yeah,
full time before
yeah,
completion of masters?
yeah.
Like
So
getting internship offers before completion of masters. Like what
yes,
all
yes.
things we have to do?
So I see a lot of people looking for jobs once they are graduated. Like
Yes, yes,
let's say if they are graduating in May, they start their uh, work opportunities after May or during the period of May. So I wouldn't suggest that thing. I would say start 1 or 2 semester before itself because that really helps. Because as you know, previously the international students count was less, but now it got like 4 times or 5 times. So
yeah, yeah.
you have to be way ahead than those people. So let's say you take our college as an example. Let's say
Okay.
for one semester, these many people are getting graduated. Just think of all other universities in the US. So the count is
Yes,
very
yes.
much higher. So you have to be
Yeah.
at least 2 semesters ahead. So that's what I'm telling. Try to build your LinkedIn profile, make
Mhm.
connections, attend the job fairs, and stay in touch with professors. That really helps because I mean, few people might get this wrong. Like staying in touch with professors is like sugarcoating them with some statements or something. I am not
Yeah, yeah.
preferring it that way. Uh,
Okay.
so you have to be in the minds of the professor. Like this person is somewhat unique. This person can do this thing. So if you get into that perspective, then that really helps because there are a lot of professors who are willing to help students. I met one of the professor while my friend was with some cyber security club in our university. That professor, during that event, he told me one statement. He has a very big list of companies and recruiters in his hand, almost 20 to 25 recruiters, I guess, from different companies. And he said only one statement: I'm not willing to propose any of the recruiters within this university because I don't find any student who is capable. So that is a statement which he was telling because he didn't find any unique person with them. So that is what is happening. That is a, if you correct that only one mistake, then yes, yeah, you never know where your opportunities are. You just have to look. That's the only thing.
Interesting, Sumanth.
Yeah,
Uh, like one more thing, like how did you stay motivated like during a complete job search? I think I should not mention job search separately for you because it
yeah,
was not a job search for you
yeah.
because you went in a different direction. But
Yes.
how what would you suggest for us, the coming masters students? Like,
Uh,
and one more thing, many universities has a different type of resources available in college, like job fairs,
yeah,
uh, many other events which will be conducted during our masters. So, what type of resources or what type of things which we have to use properly so that
yeah,
we should also get a full time opportunities like you.
yeah. So, like I might sound overconfident while I just say this statement, but while I was just stepping into the US, I only had one thing in my mind, like no matter what happens, if I'm attending a class, I should be in the limelight. People call it attention seeking or something or something. Call them whatever they want. But what I
Yeah,
had in my mind was, if there are a group of 200 students in a master's class, I have to be known. Like when I'm walking there, this person is Sumanth. They just have to know my name. That
yeah,
is always my intention. So while I attended his class particularly, it's all about presentations. So I
yes, yes,
know back in like since 4 to 5 years, I know only one thing, that presentation is my only skill, like biggest strength. So I had this in my mind in the beginning of the masters itself. So I had only one thing, like I have to utilize it no matter what. So in that class, where I know this is the best way to represent myself, I didn't lose any opportunity. I used to speak whatever it might be, and I used to question whomever it might be.
okay,
Like that is my only attitude which I has to have to possess. So that really helped me. So I always say, know what are your strengths, what are your goals, behave accordingly. Like you need not stay silent in a particular situation. Just speak. Just speak whatever you want. Because a person like me who has a very minimal coding knowledge, if you have I the only thing which I have is confidence.
mhm,
So if there are people around me who is having a greater coding knowledge than me, and if they have very less confidence skills, that is where he has to work upon. So that is the only thing which I suggest. Yeah,
great, Sumant. Good to
exactly.
hear from you that.
Yeah,
That's all, Sumant. I think you have shared your complete journey with us.
yeah,
But I hope this journey is completely different from which I heard from other seniors.
exactly,
Uh,
exactly. Yeah,
Completely unique.
yeah,
I've like every seniors go through the same procedure, like applying
yes,
for the companies, applying in LinkedIn, applying to the websites,
that's true.
submitting resumes. But yours is completely unique.
Yeah,
Uh, I hope we also go through the way which you went, like
definitely.
the not noticing the resources which universities provide us.
Yes.
That's all, Sumant.
Yeah.
Thanks for your time. Like,
Thank
thanks
you.
for
Thank you,
showing your
Aftab.
interest.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you for taking time and participating.
Always,
Uh,
always for you.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
And yeah, guys, I hope you got some good information. If you have any further queries, I'll be providing Suman's LinkedIn and Instagram details in description. If you want to connect with me, you can just ping me in Instagram. I'll be giving the link in description. So that's all, guys. That's all about today. So if you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe to the channel and ring the bell icon. Thank you, Swant. Thank you for the time.
Thank you, Aftab.
Bye bye.
Yeah. Yeah.
Goodbye.
See you.